On today's second video of the day, we are going to go look at the full patch notes for Update 20, one of the most awesome updates coming into Rise of Kingdoms next week. Hey there YouTube, welcome back again for the second time today to the Gekko. I hope you guys enjoyed the first video. It took a bit too long to upload, and by the time I had it out, patch notes had come out. The information got to my hands a couple of hours before the patch notes were released, and I did everything I could to make it a Gekko leak rather than put it out with the patch notes. It happens. Oh well, we're gonna go look through all the patch notes, but before that, just a quick announcement to you guys. I uploaded a video yesterday about a guardianing hunting system which YouTube had massive issues, and so I deleted the video. That video is gonna come up in the next few days. You really want to make sure you watch it and share it with your alliance, because it's not only a guardian hunting system, but it can also be used in many other facets of the game to make sure that you guys get a bunch of rewards and coordinate better as an alliance. But let's talk about Update 20. Update 20 is coming next week sometime, and it will estimate 3 hours of downtime. Now, we're not going to go through the first section, which is about the new commanders and a couple of skill previews, because I've already made that video. I leave a card right there you can see on the top with the link to this video. You guys want to make sure you check it out. We covered there everything you need to know about the 2 new commanders coming into the game. So we're going to skip section 1 and we're going to go straight into section 2. Section 2, the Midsummer Festival has arrived. Happy Citizens Dance and flicker of bonfire flames and chippering cicadas. The cool summer event warming, blah 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 blah. We have a new design city theme for governors, as well as new portraits and name plaques. There is also a holiday themed decoration and brand new events for you to try. Another one of these 7-day event like we've seen in the past that Rise of Kingdoms really love doing that for season stuff, for holidays, and for things like that. This will be the Midsummer event with a brand new theme, with a brand new portrait, with a brand new name plaque, and brand new event types for you to try. I'm super excited about this. We're just gonna see what they're gonna do. Now let's see if we can show. I see a decoration right here that's supposed to be, maybe this is the one we're talking about, Babylonian Gardens. A really cool one with insane infantry attack, but we'll get there in a moment. I think that that's not what they meant in the Midsummer Festival event, but there are more skins more castle skins coming in, and those are looking juicy. New expedition content. 10 new expedition levels. With the correct troop placement, we can take down any enemy as naturally as drinking water. With every challenge, we will leave a bloody battlefield behind us, testament to our might. In order to challenge our more advanced governors, we have added 10 new quests. 10 new quests to the expedition, which is super fun, first of all. And secondly, it means you're going to get more than the 6,500 medals per day, which can be very useful for the new commander, as you can only get her from medals in the medal store. 10 more expeditions. I like it. Honestly, I haven't finished all 70 on both accounts, so I'm really working on that right now. I really never paid attention to expedition type of events in general, but I know you guys really like these, so hopefully we can beat those, and maybe we'll do it even on stream, see how hard this difficulty is. And it goes to show that expedition will grow more and more as time goes by. Now, let's go to the next point, which is new systems. Assign and view commander titles. Governors can now grant a select few of their commanders titles from their governor profile page, granting said commander extra bonuses. How cool is that? You can now pick some of your commanders to get these certain titles, which include Ranger, damage to barbarians, plus 5% XP gain, fantastic. Tax officer, gathering speed, drill master with 1% troop attack, Iron Guard with 1% troop heal. I'm assuming that we also have a troop defense one in here. We have a probably a like a march increase title. One of these captains should be a march increase title, and potentially a speed movement speed title, charge captain. I'm assuming they mean charge by going forward and therefore movement speed. Maybe supply captain means that he can that commander can gather like increased load of troops or of resources or something like that. So very, very neat stuff right here. We're seeing the medallions of the 2 new commanders in the screenshot as well. Very cool stuff. I really like her, and she has a hat piece. Another one of those commanders with a hat piece. Very cool stuff. He's, I think, the second one without a hat piece, like any hat, anything on their head overall. Another new system is the Alliance message boards. Governors can now access message boards from the Alliance page, start your own topic, or reply to others. So my question to Alliance message board is the message board between people within other alliances? And if so, how is it being monitored? As someone who played Lords Mobile before, I have seen a ginormous amount of hate and a ginormous amount of abuse of systems like this to really cause trouble and annoy enemies or random people you dislike or random alliances you dislike. I like the fact that you can disable the comments, so therefore people cannot comment on your board. I think it's very cool, you know, that if someone is getting harassed or something or spammed or something, the alliance can turn off the comments availability. So this is pretty cool. Let's keep going and looking what else we have. More decorations. Midsummer Festival limited offer. Babylonian Garden City theme, avatar frame, and name plaque are now, well, then will be available. This is what we were talking about. This is a legendary skin. We talked about this in the past where most of the skins were epics, and now we're going into the legendary territory. This means that now it doesn't add 5% stats as well as decreases 5% stats. It now adds 10 and decreases 10. So we're seeing 10% infantry attack, but it decreases archer defense and archer health. Now, these poor archers are already being so undertaken, so unprivileged. They're not being taken care of. They are so far behind, and now this will even decrease archer defense. Quite honestly, I don't see anyone who would care about their archer defense and health too much, especially if they are not holding a building or something like that with Yi Sang-ye. So this is going to be very overpowered. It's going to make things a little bit harder or a lot harder for cavalry commanders, especially with that new commander. If you use her correctly and you get a little lucky and you manage to slow down cavalry's march speed, this can add pack another punch to those cavalries with your infantry. The Ottoman Empire name plaque and avatar frame are now available. I don't know what that means. I guess every civilization will now get its own plaque and avatar frame, perhaps. Limited edition decorations, bonfire dance. I'm assuming it's the limited decoration that comes from the Midsummer Festival event. Lost Kingdom limited offers. Lost Kingdom limited edition avatar frame Wild Spirit will now be available. That's pretty cool. But here are the points that I'm really excited about. On top of course, the new mechanisms and the expedition. Lost Kingdom optimizations. The Lost Kingdoms have now been added to the kingdom list. Fantastic. I have been hopping between Lost Kingdoms, recording things as people let me know. If you guys want me to record your Lost Kingdom, come join my Discord, link in the description, and hit me up in private. Let me know when things are going down. But I never know which kingdom is fighting in this Lost Kingdom, so I always ask, but it's a bit rough sometimes. Now I can actually figure out which continent I'm in and figure out which of these alliances belong to which kingdom. So 2 thumbs up. The king can now use special privileges in the Lost Kingdom as normal. Thank the Lord. You do not have to give your alt king anymore so he can do what kings do, like send messages, pop buffs and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, thank the Lord. In the Lost Kingdoms, governors can still enjoy effect of bonuses from kingdom buff and titles. Thank God. Honestly, I noticed today that titles don't do anything. I didn't really know this before. I didn't even pay attention to that, but I noticed that I asked for title in Lost Kingdom for Kingdom 196 and nothing happened. And the time didn't go down. I was like, yeah, whatever. And I just went with it. But now, titles and kingdom buff will apply to the Lost Kingdom. Thank the Lord. The difficulty level of Crusader Fortress has been lowered moderately, so lowered, not increased. Someone has said in the ROK Discord general chat that it was changed moderately, but no, it has been lowered, confirmed, so it'll make it a little bit easier for people who have not been able to get their Crusader Fortress to get it. Your governor profile page will now include your kingdom number next to your ID. I like that because then I can know. The question is whether my governor profile means that I can see someone else's too to know which kingdom they're in. If that is what they mean, 2 thumbs up. I always find myself in in Ark of Osiris, not knowing where the alliance that's fighting the alliance that I don't know is from. But now if I can go into their governor profile and see where they're from, 2 thumbs up. I like it. Finally, we have other changes. The Ark of Osiris has received a comprehensive overhaul, significantly decreasing the chance of dropped connections. Oh, thank God. How many times have we found ourselves in a situation where it was super laggy or we disconnected consistently in Ark of Osiris? Hopefully no more. Trust me when I tell you, Ark of Osiris is going to be a huge part of Rise of Kingdoms very, very soon. So you guys really want to make sure you're perfecting your strategy and making sure you're keeping up with Ark of Osiris and the changes that are happening in there, because that event is going to become huge after this whole first Lost Kingdom stuff gets out of the way. They start redesigning the new Lost Kingdom and things like that. The Ark of Osiris is going to be a huge focus. Governors whose city hall has reached level 25 can exchange building speed up cards for equivalent training speed up cards in the War and Peace event. So many tier 5s were complaining about the fact that they can't do anything with their building title, with their building speed ups. And honestly, I know a bunch of whales have complained as well. And yes, it doesn't help the lower tier players. It doesn't help the free to play players. It doesn't help the low spenders who aren't tier 5s. I understand that. But still, the fact that they're considering ways to exchange items that you have no use for anymore is something that I haven't seen many companies do in general. I cannot tell you how many extra building resources you have that for gear in Lords Mobile that you just don't need anymore, but you can't do anything with, so it's like garbage. You have no idea. Like, you're gonna see how many books you end up having in arrowheads once you hit tier 5 and you're past it. You'll see how many of those leftovers you have. I'm very glad that Rise of Kingdoms are doing something to exchange those leftovers for something meaningful. However, one thing I really want to point out that is super important. This happens only during a War and Peace event. This means that Lilith Gaming will have the ability to change the amount of times this event happens based on need. So if they see that people are abusing this and that actually tier 5 players are making these exchanges and making the game harder for free to play players consistently, the likelihood of this event happening once a month or against once a week or once a year even against once a month is very possible. They dictate the time, the frequency in which events happen. So remember that this is still a bit broken. The tier 5 players will enjoy this much more than the lower tier players, but still remember this is not at all times. So it could be that we won't be seeing this event for like 6 months, or we might not even see it in the next year, or we might see it next week. Keep that in mind. Multi-selection function of troops has been optimized. You will and will remember your last selection. 2 thumbs up. That thing was a nightmare, especially because when you double click and then drag, usually what ends up happening is 3 out of 4 end up moving. It pisses me off so much. And finally, added a leadership ability to higher level barbarians, immunity to control skills. I don't really understand that part yet. If you guys do, leave me a comment down below and let me know. We're gonna have to see how this works out and see whether or not this was something that made any change to the game or not. Overall though, big 2 thumbs up. A lot of the complaints that you guys had about the Lost Kingdom titles and Kingdom buffs were fixed. The disconnecting in Ark of Osiris was fixed. The difficulty of Crusader Fortress was decreased because people are having a tough time. King privileges are now available. They fixed so many things in this update that I think it's a great update. It has fantastic new systems in it. It has a little bit more action in Expedition and 2 new awesome commanders. What do you guys think about the update? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. I'm the Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, make sure you slap a like before you leave. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Take care. Peace.